Welcome to episode 15 of CreatorCast. Tonight we have Mr. Danny Black on the right there. We have myself, Gives a Minute, on the left. That's backwards. This is right, that's left. And a special guest again this evening, Ollie, who is not actually a special guest. He's a CreatorCast member now, so he's just one of the team.
Yes.
Welcome back, Ollie.
Saving the best till last, as you see there.
There you go.
There you go.
Just for the record, we are playing this tonight on board the Pacific Explorer, en route to Sabu Sabu. Fiji
is right. Yeah.
Fiji.
Fantastic.
It's a special creator cast because we're also missing Jay and Scott Muir, which you've seen on the previous videos, and they'll be back very soon. We just thought we'd throw in some of these cool episodes where we are on location in the middle of the ocean, and no reason to do Skype, no internet, so we are here in one frame.
Yeah, more of a casual affair.
What are we talking about today, guys?
In fact, it's so casual we haven't even talked about what we're going to talk about tonight.
I think that Ollie here, he is very deprived on a ship. Like,
incredibly
you
so.
know, like he builds this thing up in his system where he needs to just let it out, and I think it's about tech, because he doesn't get to see the new stuff that comes out.
I don't know.
And when he does get a little bit of it, he wants to talk about it, but some of the people on the ship,
None of the people on the ship
they don't want to talk about it. So we came on and we just started chatting, and he is
just grabbing all the informations. The data.
I'm glad you're grabbing. That's what you're grabbing. All right.
The information.
Yes.
Nothing more than that.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about that. What it's like to be on a ship and not keep up with the technology.
Like how often? I know Google it is like just Google it. You know, everyone says that, but like, imagine not being able to do it. By the way, I just sent now a file. It's 300 kilobytes. It's taking 15 minutes.
300 kilobytes.
It's just sent.
The internet on board this boat. There's internet.
And don't get me wrong, I'm
word.
impressed with the fact that we're in a tin can floating in the middle of the ocean. We have it at all. It's usually not this bad, but wow, it's non-existent at the moment.
That's frustrating.
It's safe to say. So these guys come on, and I get to pick their brains of what's new, current.
We're always happy to talk about new technology because we're all kind of tech geeks. And so tell us what you use.
So actually, this is where this CreatorCast actually has been. We did lightly briefly talk about it earlier, which was the fact that how gear has made a big difference in the way that I shoot personally, and then these guys are the same thing. Like earlier on when I bumped into you, they would set up time lapse, which before you'd have to use an SLR, whereas we just chuck a GoPro on the front now and off you go. You've actually set up another one tonight because it's so convenient. Basically what it was the fact that convenience has way overtaken, not quality now, but I'm saying I would sacrifice quality for convenience, is what I think.
Yeah.
I kind of went down the road with. Which
I agree with that. I would say smaller is better. I mean,
run and gun shoot.
Run and gun,
is my
especially when you're traveling. Like he's a traveler, I'm a traveler. Benin does some traveling, but I think that Benin's camera definitely takes the cake for the biggest.
Well, that's my vlogging rig, but yeah, I'm a sucker.
GH5.
Yeah, but with still photography, I'll take a Pelican case with all my Canon lenses, and it's a slightly different story because when I get to where I'm going, I take that Pelican case and I'll set it up and flip it open, and then I've got my workstation right with me, so I don't mind taking all that. But I understand what you're saying. Sometimes,
the way I shoot as well changed a lot in what I shoot. So, for example, I've got a good friend of mine, Tim Howe. I should give you his channel because he's good at the game of
Tim Howe.
Yeah.
Tim Howe.
Jumping off cliffs. Jumping off cliffs is his game.
Okay.
But the thing is, when you're when you're climbing, 1 litre of water is a kilo.
Yeah.
Right. So when you your Pelican case.
Yeah, it's not.
Forget about it. You can't climb with it.
Yeah.
So I've been forced to minimise kit. And when I say forced, I mean you cannot take anything more than one camera, one lens, and it's on a carabiner, and that's it. You've got one machine to tell a story, and when you've got a long climb, I'm talking like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 hours of hiking, climbing. Every ounce counts.
Yeah.
You don't tell that stuff, so
even with drones and the drone batteries, man.
Which is why I love the Mavic. I'll give you
Mavic
I'll give you some footage to plug in if you want. of me climbing with it, and it's so small, so light, and I can chuck it in a bag, whip that around my neck, still climb.
Yep.
And that's convenient. And I've gone for that's another reason I went for the Mavic over the P4, because the quality is not quite going to be as good. You haven't got that 1-inch sensor, but I can take it. And like everyone knows as well, and like we said that before earlier, the best camera you've got is the one on you.
That's true.
Which again, like you're not going to get the same quality, but it's good enough. And don't let perfect get in the way of good enough, is what I think we're saying.
That's true. And by the way, if you're hearing background noise, they are setting up for a big show tonight here in this lounge, and that'll be a little bit later. And
we're lucky enough to even be in here doing this, so we've got to put up with a little bit of background clinkings.
That's it. Yeah.
They've actually just left.
I will say something about, like, a lot of times I've taken all my gear with me, and even here I've taken so much stuff, but a lot of times that just makes me feel more obligated to use it, and I don't necessarily need to use it, but it's always nice. It's better to have it than not have it.
Yeah, I feel
sometimes
that.
I feel like I bring everything and then I'm like, oh, I should have used that, or I don't know. What do you think? Like,
I often, because I'm quite stubborn, I'll take things anyway. I hate the feeling of regret and thinking, oh, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
So I'll take it anyway. If I can take it, if I'm not doing the things that, like I said, if I can take it, I will. But more often than not, I'll go KISS. You know, have you heard KISS?
Keep it simple. Stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, that's the rule of life, really. I'll take so much gear and then I'll only use a few bits, and it's good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I end up going small and light, taking more than I need anyway. But even then, it's too much. Not too much, but I don't actually use it.
Yeah.
For me, it's slightly different. If I've got a photography gig that I know what the requirements are, such as when I go to Melbourne for Jed boards or a promo shoot with a band, I'll know what I need to take. So I'll take all of that gear with me because I know I'm going to use it. For vlogging, it's slightly different because you never really know what you're going to come up against.
I think that makes a big difference. Well, obviously,
Yeah. For instance, I'm not taking a single still photo on this 16 days that we're on board this ship. I'm only shooting vlogs, so I didn't bring any of my Canon gear. I didn't bring the Pelican case. I just brought my backpack, my luggage roller, and my vlogging camera, and that's it. So that
literally, that's it.
That's kind of traveling light. Yeah, well,
he literally took 2 shirts.
Yeah, I do. And if you've watched my YouTube channel, you'll see this in the past.
Shirt, actually.
That's what.
Yeah, I've worn this shirt since I've been on board, and I've got another couple.
Tonight's 7 nights, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is a week on board.
Yeah, so he's gonna change over to the next shirt.
No, a couple more. It's more than 2 weeks we were on board for, so I travel very lightly.
I'll lend you a shirt.
That's what,
I have many.
Danny already did the other night. He loaned me a collared shirt. It was a nice shirt too.
But back to gear.
Let's
not lose ourselves.
Yes. I don't know. So
that does make a difference, knowing what the task is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you know what you're up against and what you need to achieve, then I take the gear that I need to achieve that brief.
Now, is smaller better, or is bigger better?
Well, I'm gonna argue bigger is better, and I'm all for the full frame cameras and better lenses.
That's where I used to sit.
I think in a professional setting, the bigger is better, because the client will look at a camera, and the bigger they think that they're getting their money's worth. If you show up to a video shoot with a GoPro, even though it might actually do the right thing, they're going to be, I could have just bought a GoPro and did that same thing.
Maybe a GoPro is too extreme. If you were to go take, say for example, the Sony A7S compared to the RX100.
Yeah.
You're turning up with a what is essentially, what is that camera now? $1,500, the RX100.
I don't know.
Mark 5.
The Mark 4.
The Mark 4.
Mark
5.
Yeah. That's an incredibly capable camera of taking incredible stills and video. Like, you still got 120 frames at 1080p, but then which is insane.
We need 4K. Sorry.
Yeah. It's got 4K. It shoots 4K.
Yeah. 24.
But not
for as long as you want. It overheats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got a limit. That's right. A 4-minute limit. Yeah. Here's a good example of is smaller better than bigger. So I've already mentioned I've got all the Canon lenses and the 1DX and my 5D, which I shoot gigs with. I've also got obviously the GH5 with the 24-70 equivalent. Now I've had that camera, and the GH5 apparently is a very reputable stills camera. It's micro four thirds, so the sensor's smaller, but I've never taken that to a gig. I've photographed so many bands and I've owned that camera and I've never brought it with me because I've got the 1DX with full frame sensor, the 5D with the full frame sensor. So Is that something that I'm like that? Maybe I'm a different use case where I could take that with me as a fourth camera, if you like, or a third camera, but I just don't because it's.
Yeah, but you've used the one. You have trust in it.
That's right.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's
true.
That the GH5 is more than capable. I don't doubt.
Yeah.
You've got the trust in it. You know you've used it before.
And the
and
user
it's not even that.
experience.
Yeah. You're like you're quick, done.
It's a workhorse.
Yeah. So that's probably another reason.
I feel like that might be my use case, but your use case here, when you're on board a boat with a smaller area to store things, and
carry,
you have to choose what you're going to take
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to be on board for, 2 months at a time, kind of thing. You have to sort of really narrow that
hard
down.
work, 'cause you got to wear. You have to take more than 2 shirts, And my gear is way like I've still got more gear than I have shirts.
Yeah.
Clothing, but
Is it unusual just to bring 2 shirts on a 16-day cruise? I don't think it's that unusual.
mate, what and half a day you sweat it out.
Yeah, I don't really sweat. I honestly don't really sweat. Like Danny, you share a room with me. Am I
Actually, no. He does
But
as
back
well.
to gear.
I did a few killer farts, but that's not sweating.
Yes,
that's
he did.
different. Yeah, the
Yeah,
other
but
night.
back to gear.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have a whole creator cast talking about Benin and his.
I think where it comes down to for me is noise. Let's talk about noise.
Are we talking about
Sensor
farts
noise?
again?
No. Talking about
graininess.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I mean,
Because bigger is better, and really we're talking about noise control.
Full
Right?
frame
Sony has
sensors,
my Sony has great low light.
Cool, yeah,
Like,
it
it looks
really does.
amazing.
Yeah, and you're talking the A6500.
A6500, yeah.
So I always wanted the A7. And I say always wanted, but this is where I'm talking about now, from the A7S to the
A6500.
A6500. Because when do I need to see in the dark, like the dark,
Like the dark.
like dark?
That's true.
Or I can get a body that's half the size
Yeah,
and cover all the same needs I had before.
and you can throw a little light on there as
And
well
throw
if
a
you
little
need
line
to.
there, yeah. And now I've got a run and gun rig rather than a full kit.
Right.
That's actually a chore to carry around.
Yeah.
Which I've got a picture of me up in mountains with my 5D on the side of me, but again,
Yeah.
but it's smaller than obviously take it.
How bad is the low light on both of those cameras you just mentioned? Like, are you maxing
How
out at
bad?
1600, 32? What ISOs are you using, and how much grain is there?
Well, you've used it more than me in low light.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
And this is
I
what
just play
this
with
is where this all
buttons,
came. This is
and
where
it looks great.
This is where it all came about. So I'd say we, as in you included, I'm more willing to sacrifice the noise in an image to be able to run and gun and have the convenience of a smaller camera than have completely, almost filthy clean images that look phenomenal.
Depending on the
But
shoot.
then you've carrying, depending on the shoot. Yeah.
But also, I think that the smaller is better in the sense that when you go to places and they see a big camera, like if you go to a mall and you have your cell phone or you have like a GoPro, like just kind of whatever, they're just like, oh, those are just, people, whatever. They're just touristy, But if you have a big camera, they're going to be like, hey, you have to get a permit to film here. I've seen places where, like, if you have, they put a tripod down. They said you can't have a tripod at all to shoot.
Really?
And so someone had a monopod, and that was fine, but a tripod is too professional. And so, like, places are getting way more sensitive about that kind of stuff. And if you want to, like, document your life or be more inconspicuous, because maybe you want to go places where you want to, like, you don't want to disturb the peace where people are more natural and you just kind of have a candid camera just kind of recording. Smaller is better in that circumstance.
Absolutely. No one can deny that. I mean, you look at someone carrying a massive over the shoulder rig walking through
It's
like
a
a shopping
bazooka.
mall. People are going to stop and you will say, what production is this? Whereas if you do the same with the GoPro on your shoulder, no one will even really see it.
No,
Whereas
exactly.
no doubt the quality would be better with the rig, but then the quality of
Well-
content, we're talking about content now. So
Yeah,
like
I mean-
you're going to get a
People
better
might-
reaction out of
Yeah.
a natural reaction rather than what a rig would cause.
Yeah.
So where would that be on the spectrum then? Where?
I don't think there is a particular point on the seesaw you can
Different
sit at.
tools for different things, really. But
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm always grabbing the RX100 over the Canon 5D, the big
That's-
one. Even though I know it won't be as capable in a lot of areas.
What are you excited about for the future? Like what gear are you looking forward to? Anything that, like, rumors that you've heard or even.
This RX, so I'm a big GoPro fan, as we've already spoke about.
Yeah.
Bit disappointed from now here learning about the Hero
6.
6. Yeah, it's not the step up I was looking for.
Yeah.
Like anyone was looking for, really. Like there's not, because the increments between the 4, the 5, and the 6 are very small.
But fair enough. If you buy 5, you don't need to necessarily buy everything that comes out. You can wait a couple years and upgrade just like a phone. Like they're not expecting everyone to just be like, oh, and drop everything they have and go to the next thing. They're just.
I think the 4K 60 will
4K 60
win
is a big
a lot of
deal.
people over.
Yeah, but
because they should have done that on the 5.
Yeah,
They should.
really, yeah. The big deal that the rumors are having it, which is where this is coming through, the GoPro killer, which is the Sony RX0.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
I'll get my hands on very soon.
That's fizzled in my mind.
Yeah, well, we've only seen very little on it. 1-inch sensor in a camera, which is pretty much
It's Sony, so the low light's going to be really
the entire
good.
camera is the sensor.
Imagine how fast that battery's going to run down though on a Sony with the 1-inch sensor.
The problem is that they say it shoots 4K, but you need an external.
It doesn't
Hard drive.
so it doesn't
external
shoot
hard
4K.
drive
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. I'll get my hands on it and make a full review on it.
That's
but
an absolute killer. Like that's
I feel like it can't be that way.
It defeats the purpose of
Deal
having
breaker.
that camera.
it can't be that way. Plus, we're also excited about the GoPro Fusion,
Yeah.
which is the
Fusion,
360 camera that's coming out. That looks amazing.
Incredible. If what we've watched together, Danny hasn't watched it yet, but Ollie and I have. If what we've seen is accurate, that thing is going to blow it away.
It's a definite game changer, and
Yeah.
wow, the overcapture features what isn't.
I got to see that video.
The overcapture features different to 360 videos you've seen in general, because 360 video you've seen you can scroll and move around, but the overcapture is you have everything, and you decide in the scene
In post.
what you view, so you could have the same video
Unbelievable.
export multiple never the same edits.
I'm
It's
gonna get that.
insane.
I'm gonna get that
It's
GoPro
incredible.
Fusion
Yeah, honestly.
and play around with it.
And it's rumored to be $1,000. Is that what we?
That we saw $7.99 US, so approximately 1,000 Australia. If you're playing in Australia, if you're not playing in Australia, your currency may differ. Probably will.
Check that
More
out.
than accurately, it
Yeah.
will. Let's wrap up tonight, though. Ollie, it's good to see you again, man.
Yeah.
Great
cheers,
being
man.
on the boat with you. The
Yeah,
ship, I always call it a
Sausage.
boat.
It's
I feel
okay.
like
It's
a
okay
ship.
to call it a boat.
We got some more things coming up, and that light just went off. So
Yeah,
that's a
let's
great
wrap it
time
up.
to say
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of the conversation. We're just having fun chatting, and
This
you
is,
guys are gearheads like
take
us.
your
So
imaginary headphones off.
headphones off. Let's go.
There we go.